Oh, hi.
Oh, hey, Rustic.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What brings you here?
Uh, I got your 50 million notes to sign up for Block Hunt, and I just wanted to figure out what was going on.
Oh, yeah. I've been leaving them everywhere. Yeah. Oh,
So, what is this? What is this place?
oh well,
What's the game?
well, yeah, I decided there's a large community here, and I thought it would be fun to do something together, a little bit competitive. So I put in quite a bit of diamonds, as you can see, and uh,
Yeah.
this the goal of the game is once a day I change what block people have to find, and then people try to find it as fast as possible, rename it to their name, and throw it in the chest. And the first person to throw it in gets the most points. Then so on and so forth.
Okay, so it's a bit of a long game.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
gonna stack up over, some time.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, it looks like we've already got quite a few people signed up.
yeah. And it's not even updated yet. That's actually why I came here. I was going to change the block. Normally I don't tell people, but
Oh,
yeah, it's
all right. So what is it? A diamond block to enter in?
yeah. You put a diamond block on the pile, and you write your name in the book, and then you enter.
All right, all right. Well, I'll definitely consider it. It does sound fun.
Mm,
It does sound fun.
yeah. So I got your gift basket uh,
Oh,
in my
good,
temple. Yeah,
good.
there's some very well, not even decent, just very good products. I noticed, like those carrots were delicious.
Yeah, well, I figured I actually shared it with a bunch of people. It was mostly like most of us are on good land, so I figured it'd be good to, start their own crops. But I did notice your land is a bit barren.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure
Yeah.
what's going on. It's
But yeah, feel free to eat, and if you run out, there's always more at the shop.
yeah. So I well now that we're here, I might ask you: have you been noticing some strange things around here lately? Just in
Well,
general.
um, like what?
Well, follow me. I'm not sure if you've seen a rocket before.
Yes, I actually came over here a few days back just to see what was going on.
Um,
Did some shopping. Did some shopping.
oh, that's good to hear. But I mean, it's stuck in midair,
Right.
and
I did note that
yeah,
when I
and
was looking out the window up here, it did seem a bit stalled. Why? What's going on?
well,
What would have caused that?
we don't know. It just we were in the rocket. It was launching. Everything was going to plan, and it stopped. It completely beard. Oh god, it didn't happen again, right? Beard.
Sorry.
Oh, thank.
No, I just got lost in thought. What would it I mean, have an idea of what would have caused that. You noted strange things. This definitely isn't the only strange thing that's been happening. Um, you well, you aren't aware of how we all got here, are you?
Um, at some point, somebody told me that you came here on a ship, but that's all I know.
Yeah, we escaped a bit of drama. Um, there are some. It's a long story. I probably can't tell it all here, but a lot of issues with the timelines, and for something like this to occur, uh, I would hate for us to still be experiencing that here. Um, I think we should gather some people and have a conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Just make sure everybody's aware and gather some thoughts on this.
yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Until then, I think I'm gonna head back. I need to think about some things.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was a pleasure finally meeting you in person. And Block Hunt, I'll definitely be signing up as soon as I can.
Mhm. Cool, cool. Well, have fun, and well, we'll speak again soon.
Yes. Thanks for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah, no problem. Well, the conversation we had with the Mighty Beard is a mighty interesting. It gives a lot of stuff to think about. Well, anyways, let's continue working on our base. Now, something you haven't seen is in between episodes, or technically in the previous episode, but that never aired because of recording problems. I did some work on our lion turtle friend, and it doesn't look good. From this angle, it's actually not even that bad. This looks like the shape of a shell. This looks decent. The arms are just horrible. But from the side, like, it doesn't look good. And I've made a decision. I have made a decision. I decided that this is not going to work. I loved working on this. It was a challenge. But it's not going to work. So we're going to take it down. We're going to take the entire lion turtle down. And you might be wondering, Rustic, what are you going to build in place of the lion turtle, in place of that magnificent beast? I've decided that in that location I'm going to build a lion turtle. I can just hear everybody facepalm at the same time, okay? I know that might sound crazy. I am. I actually am. It's not a joke. I'm going to build a lion turtle over there. I'm actually going to build a lion turtle over there. The way I'm going to do it, however, is I'm first going to build an island that looks way more like these type of islands. Just massive. It's going to be absolutely massive. After that, I'm going to do the terraforming on top. And when everything is done, and if I feel like that would be the right call, then I'm going to add a face, paws, and a tail, instead of doing the other way around. Because worst case scenario, I can just remove the face and paws, and it will look like a regular island. So yeah, first let's get this started and let's remove this magnificent beast. This is going to be the saddest time lapse I've ever done. And now it's time to actually refill this area over here, because, well, it's just looking very plain. There's nothing. It's so empty. So we're gonna start working on the new island. So I have built a very decently sized platform. It's actually not even rendering in. There it is. And this is multiple stacks. This is like 3 shulker boxes of items over here. 3 shulker boxes of stone. So next thing we're going to be doing is, this is actually the bottom layer. It is going to go up just like this. It's not going to have a point at the bottom, but it's still going to go out and up a little bit. Oh my goodness, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. I think this would be the top layer, apart from dirt on top. Then on top of that there are going to be trees and somewhat of terrain, so there might be like a hill. That's enormous. That's absolutely massive. I love it though. Alright, a little bit of progress update. I've been going for a couple of hours. And quite a bit of stone, but it is... Although it's taking long, it is looking very cool. This is so much better than Lion Turtle. Of course, from the bottom, it's still flat. At some point I will do something about this. This is going to be a little bit more textured. But first, the walls have to be in place. And I'm a little under halfway done, I think. Probably closer to a third. And, well, honestly, there's so much room. This island is so big. I thought this was a lot smaller than it actually is. But we're gonna deal with it. I think this looks cool. So many hours. And 17 shulker boxes of stone later. the base is finished. It's finally finished. It's been so long. There is so much stone here. It's actually not funny how much stone there is. Also, this area is just huge. And we do have something planned for that. But before we can do that, there is something we need to take care of. See, there is a certain bearded Canadian that keeps calling me Lesser Dragon. Which, I mean, it's not even true. Well, I'm a full dragon. I'm the best dragon there is. So I feel like we should prank her, and well, not only her. Let's just get all of the bearded Canadians. Let's just get all of them. All right, and here we are over at their newest build. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I have decided to make this place look a little bit nicer. I think that would be a nice thing to do. Just make it look a tiny bit nicer. So I have gathered some supplies, as you can see here. I've gathered a bunch of leaves. I've gathered quite a bit of wood. Let's see if we can build something interesting. And there you go. But it's not nearly the prettiest Christmas tree I've ever built, but it's the idea that counts. Also put some presents. I decided to give all of them a little gift. I thought that would be fitting. Alright. Well, Christmas in April. That'll do it.
So, welcome to... What meeting is this? Are we writing all this? I can't remember.
3? 4? I'd have to ask Clucky.
Yeah.
Where is Clucky anyway?
I have him on the phone. So, I'm just...
It seems like they should be over here somewhere taking minutes.
Yeah, but we would have to transfer him from that island over there to here, so...
We can do
make
that
another
later.
flying machine.
Yeah.
True. Some other time, maybe.
Another time, yes.
But yes, I've called you here today. I'm just going to stand at the table because this is more authoritative. I've called you here today because I don't know if you've noticed, but if you come up, we have a bit of profit.
A little bit of profit. Oh my dear
Just
lord.
a little bit.
Oh, goodness.
Only 5.5 stacks of diamond.
Hold up, is this... Okay, it's solid. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we have all these profits here. So that's from the rocket shop, I think, and from the end busting as well. So that's 5.5 stacks of diamond. Some of that profit is also from my iron shop, which is why we're... So obviously, you guys, and I helped supply that, bought the, what do you call it, the gold farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we currently have plans to also build a raid farm at some point. So why don't...
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, yeah. So why don't we, instead of selling all these items in separate shops, since they're all related, since they're valuable commodities amongst the population, I think we should sell them all under one roof.
I think
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So what I propose is, you know where my iron shop is?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yes.
We tear it down, and then we build something better in its place. How does that sound?
That sounds great. And what we could do is we could take my little diamond game, we turn it sideways, sort of extend that road, and then we'll have a nice big area that we can work in.
I
Do you
think
have
that would
anything
work.
in mind for what you wanted to build?
I want it to look industrial. I want it to be like a factory type looking thing, but on not too big, obviously. We don't want to take up the entire shopping district, so we should keep it fairly small. But yeah, why don't we head on over there and look at the land we have? to
That
work
sounds
with?
good.
Sounds
Sounds good.
Great. Just start sleeping.
Yeah, just in the middle of the meeting.
He's
yeah.
such a lazy bum. You just sleeping on the job.
Okay, so here we are. We've got a lot of land here to work with, just right behind the Bearded Canadians shop here. We should be able to...
It is a really cute shop.
It is a cute shop, but of course the walls are fairly small, so I think we can tower above that. Make sure it's still visible.
But in the space between these two roads, we do have a fair bit of space. I think we could create a really nice build here.
Yeah, I feel like we should get started then.
I think so.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, hyperspeed build mode then?
Hyperspeed build mode.
Hyperspeed build mode.
Yes. That took a fair bit of time. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was really fun, and it's looking so cool.
It was. I really love the headless pistons. It's how your people say a massive flex. But I think it looks really awesome. I'm really happy with how this whole place looks.
You think that's a flex? If we just go around to the back, I think this is more of a flex.
I mean, this is definitely flex as well, yes. And that's the point where we're ignoring the fact that we surrounded all of this entire build with anvils.
Anvils are a really nice trim piece.
Yeah,
They're
they
also
are.
very cheap.
For us, they are.
Yeah. I think
But
this
yeah,
whole thing turned out really nice.
Yeah. Speaking of
Oh.
things being cheap, why don't we go in?
Let's walk through the door and get another flex out of the way.
I just love the look of this place. Oh, we missed a trapdoor there.
Did we?
I know. Yep, we did. But
Where?
it has a nice, clean, modern floor,
Oh, yeah.
as well as a state-of-the-art forge. Really high-level technology. I'm super happy with this.
Alright, and the next and last thing we're going to be doing might surprise you. We're going to be blowing up this wall and the floor for like a fairly large area. Something you probably have seen us do with the forge is creation of headless pistons. Now, I am planning on doing something with headless pistons in this area, and I decided that this would be the prime time to do it because, well, there's more to repair if I do it later on. I'm going to do a very interesting pattern over here. Now, this is a little bit different. In the forge, you've seen us use horizontal headless pistons, which are very easy to do. You can do up to 6 or 7 in a single go. With vertical ones, which I'm doing, that's not possible. You can only do 1, and very rarely it happens with 2. Which means there's a lot of work and there's going to be a lot of blowing up. And this is where it is going to be going. Let me remove this. The way this is going to work is block right next to it, lever on the side, piston facing into me, if it would. No, into me. Come on. You know you want to. There we go. Block over here. And then, the scary part, flint and steel and crystal. What should happen is this entire wall is going to blow up. Luckily I have plenty of stone to repair that. As soon as I flick this lever, the piston will push the end crystal. The end crystal will notice that there's fire, will notice that the block it's trying to be pushed in because the hitbox of the end crystal is quite large, is occupied, it will explode, and it won't explode the entire piston, it will only explode the head. So, if I do this, most of the wall is gone. But also, this is a headless piston now. the one very important thing, and I really don't want to screw this up. I have tested this project multiple times in a single player world. The important thing is this piston from now on will always stay powered, and the way we do that is we place a redstone block over there. If we remove this or flick this lever before there's a redstone block here, it's going to turn back into a regular piston. Now, something else, if this piston ever unpowers, I am going to cry. And here we see a prime example of me doing something wrong. That's great. So what happened here was it blasted in this direction. I just realized you have to do it backwards. The ones that you did already have to be on the side of the pushing piston. Luckily I made some room for error. I only need 12 and I now have 13 left. Let's retry this and let's do it actually the right way around. And we are now down to the final piston. Now with this final piston there is a slight problem. As you saw at the beginning, something I did wrong was I worked the wrong way around. I worked backwards, which means the end crystal was pushed in the direction of a different piston, which blew it up. The thing is, if I do this one and I push it in this direction, this one will blow up. If I do the other direction, this will blow up. Whatever I do, it will blow up. And it took me a long time. However, I have found a solution for this problem. And actually the solution for the problem is the direction we place the fire in. See, the fire is used as both a way to reduce the explosion, because fire technically has an infinite blast resistance, as it is used to actually trigger the explosion. This last part is very finicky and it has to be done right. If it isn't done right, you're screwed. You have to redo pretty much everything. And I'm kind of scared. So I'm going to grab a quick screenshot I made and make sure that I did it correct. There is going to be the piston, which is of course over here. Then this is where the crystal will be. This is where the fire will be, which means the lever is going over here. Piston facing this way. That seems to check out. Fire over here. And crystal over here. Now what this does is this over here is protected by the water and this piece of obsidian. I cannot have water flowing over here because then this piston and this piston will be directly next to water, which means it just won't work. The top will be protected and it won't blow up. The fire is over here to protect these pistons, and this cannot be a water source because then the fire will extinguish. This should be the way that we can get this one to blow up without these all being removed. I have tried this 3 times and it worked 3 out of 3 times. I'm pretty sure this is 100% reliable. I mean, but that was in single player. I've never done this in multiplayer. I've never done this in a paper server, which handles entity kind of weirdly. And of course, moving blocks are entities and this is an entity. So we're going to hope. We are going to hope. I'm pretty sure this should make this work. Let me stand over here and there we go. That seems like that worked exactly as planned. Now, let's first get the redstone block in place. Let's get up here. And yes, that has worked perfectly. Okay. Let me quickly patch up this area. Alright, and there we have it. It is completely finished. I repaired the ground and the walls, and I've also lit up this entire area. There are no longer any spawnable blocks in this giant... Well, at this point in time, it's just a bowl. In this giant bowl. This over here. Of course, I know what it's for, but you guys don't yet. So I want to hear your guesses. What do you think this thing above my right shoulder is? Or my left shoulder for you. what do you think the thing above my shoulder is? I'm curious to hear your comments, except for like if I've already told you, they're like a certain lizard and a certain wandering trader come to mind. You know what it is. You just don't guess. That don't ruin the fun. But what do you think? What do you think it is? I'm very interested to hear the comments. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to hit that little like button down below, and you should also subscribe because, well, people who subscribe are it's proven. It is scientifically proven that they are awesome. So subscribe. That will make you awesome. As I said, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.